Welcome to College Reading Strategies Online. I'm Kathy Jockman, your instructor for this course. I want to give you a brief video overview of information that will help you to be successful during your first week and weeks to follow. Be sure to read this rather lengthy first announcement to you. This is going to set the stage for things that you need to be able to do and perform in college reading strategies. The first of which is, of course, to get your required textbook and make sure that you have the right edition purchased for that. And then you'll see a list of steps that you need to go through in order to complete this week's activities. Always, you will find each week's work over here in the Weekly Folders menu. So we'll click on the Weekly Folders menu, and it takes us into the folder for week 1. I have a encouragement for you here to make sure to activate your Madison College H drive to save your work. I know a lot of people resort to thumb drives, but thumb drives can get lost and corrupted. And while they help sometimes, putting your information in the cloud on the Madison College H drive is a sure bet to always being able to go back and access your assignments. So this folder is now ready to be opened up. In Blackboard, anytime you see something underlined, it's almost always a clickable link. So we'll click on week 1, January 16, and the setup each week will look primarily the same. There'll be a quote to inspire you, and then there will be a table that will give you a good overview of the assignments and when they're due. So for this week, you can see you have the Hands Up video introduction, and that has actually 2 due dates, and we'll find out why in just a minute. And so you have assignments due on Wednesday, 2 of them due on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, and 1 on Saturday this week. For this class, all work is due by 11:30 p.m. on the date that it's posted. Late work is not accepted and will not earn you any points. So it's really important to observe that deadline. Also, if there's work due on a Saturday, which won't be very often, but on occasion it will, that is due by noon. So weekdays, it would be by 11:30 p.m. Saturday, your work is due by noon. Now, in order to help you get introduced to the class, what I did was to record a number of small videos that explain how to use each function in Blackboard. So for instance, one of your first assignments is the Hands Up video introduction, and this video right here will give you an idea of how to submit information on a discussion board. The directions for the assignments appear, so you'll need to read carefully, and many times there will be a handout that you'll need to access as well in order to be able to successfully complete the assignment. We go on down the list, and if you don't know how to submit assignments on Blackboard, here's that video symbol right here. That will show you how to submit an assignment on Blackboard. All of your assignments must be submitted in Word as a docs. You need to convert any of your work to Word in order to be able to submit your assignments. And then there is a student information form for you to complete. Assignments look like this for a logo. There's a book that's open on a piece of paper. And again, there's a form here for you to click and open up. When you submit an assignment, when I've provided you the form, make sure that you do not erase any of the questions. Leave all of the questions in place and simply add your answers in a different color text. And then we go on to taking a test in Blackboard. This is a test on your syllabus, and the syllabus test is located right here. If you know how to take tests, you don't have to watch this video. But if you've never taken a test, you may want to watch this video first and then go ahead and take the syllabus test. The syllabus is available to you in the Course Info tab in the main menu. You'll have a journal entry to submit, and that journal entry is going to be a browser check assignment. You'll see that the steps in this process are listed here. It looks fairly long and maybe complicated, but it really isn't. I just gave you screenshots to guide you to each step of the way. So here's step 1, and then you'll find that each of the following steps, 2 and 3, follow as to what you're supposed to do. Submitting information to the discussion board, another little video to help you there. And this one is just a few simple questions asking you, what will you do if your own computer system fails you? It's always good to have a plan in mind. And then each week will feature an assignment on word work. And I've given you pretty detailed instructions here. I've provided you with 3 different samples of how you could put together your word work. These samples are not for the words that are assigned to you this week, but rather they're just examples of how you can format your work. And so every week you'll have a number of prefixes, root words, and suffixes. And your task is to be able to find 2 examples for each of the word parts. So you'd need 2 sample words that use mono and 2 sample words that use uni. Now, since these are prefixes, that means that mono and uni will appear at the beginning of the sample words that you find. And then once you find your sample words, you use each of the sample words in a sentence. So we've got 3 sets of prefixes for a total of 4 prefixes this week. We have 1 root word, and a root word is the base of a word, and it usually requires prefixes or suffixes to finish it off. And then a suffix occurs at the end of a word, and a suffix usually changes the part of speech, whereas a prefix often changes the meaning of the word. And so you'll be able to submit your word work each week. If you're not sure if one of your words fits the pattern, you can always go to dictionary.com, type in your sample word, and make sure that it is an example of the word part that's being emphasized that week. So again, always remember to refer to this chart each week so that you can keep yourself organized and know when your assignments are due. It's perfectly fine to submit work early, but it's not fine to submit work late because that won't earn you any points. So if you have questions, email is always the best way to contact me. Be sure to check your Madison College email daily throughout the semester. Many times I'll have a question for you, or you may have an error that I want you to correct, and the only way that I have to contact you is via email. So it's incumbent upon you to check your email on a daily basis. And I'm pretty good at responding fairly quickly to your email requests as well. So I'll look forward to meeting you in the video introductions later on this week. Best wishes to each of you.